My voice is okay, I'm asking. Okay, so that is what required. आप लोग सुन लीजिए इतना बस है. Great. Now, my question is, have you people attended the previous class or this is your first class? Am I clear? Monica, speak. Unmute and speak.
This is my first class, ma'am.
Your first class.
Yeah.
Classes were not scheduled at 10:30 and sorry.
I got message at 12 o'clock, ma'am. So I didn't.
Okay, okay. Anybody else have attended previous classes other than Monica? Ahmad, you please check your audio. You are speaking, I can see, but I cannot hear you what you are saying, beta. Now, Priyanka, Pavitra, Hasham, Haider, please speak. Haider?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I attended.
Yes, ऐसा जरा बीच में बोलते रहिए तो आई कैन नो आप लोग सुन रहे हैं. और एक बार जरा कैमरा ऑन करके बताइए मुझे कौन कौन है या कौन कौन खाली लगा करके निकल गए हैं. फास्ट 2 minutes जल्दी से विल स्टार्ट द सेशन. Yes, Priyanka. Hello, Priyanka. You listening? Great.
Yes, ma'am.
You can turn off your camera. Great. और कौन है?
One second.
कौन है और? अहमद बोल रहे थे आप गायब हो गए. Where are you? Monica? आप लोग रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करेंगे तो हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू? टेल मी. कैसा पढ़ाऊं मैं? आप लोग रिप्लाई नहीं करेंगे तो.
Yeah, me available here.
हाँ जी, हैदर. हाँ, क्या नाम है?
Myself, Husna Fatima.
ओके, फातिमा. चलिए ठीक है, हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. आई बिलीव ऐसे ही चलने वाला है क्लास. ग्रेट. Okay. So basically, first of all, I'm going to give you the review of the syllabus. अच्छा, मुझे बताइए आप लोगों के पास बुक्स हैं पढ़ने के लिए? क्या बुक्स रेफर कर रहे हैं आप मर्केंटाइल लॉ के लिए?
Yes, ma'am. We have textbooks.
Textbook from the university?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody have it? Everyone have the book?
Yes, ma'am.
चलो ग्रेट. सो आप लोगों के पास 8 दिन है ये क्लासेस के लिए. हम 8 दिन काफी नहीं है सिलेबस खत्म करने के लिए, तो आप लोगों को भी एफर्ट लगाना पड़ेगा. माय रिक्वेस्ट इज कि जो भी आपके पास बुक है, स्टडी मटेरियल है, उसको पढ़िए, आपका सिलेबस चेक करिए और कोशिश करिए आपके डाउट्स क्लियर कर लें हमारे क्लास में. करेक्ट? एवरीबडी कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी इंग्लिश?
Yes, ma'am.
कोई ऐसा तो नहीं हिंदी समझ नहीं आता जिनको?
No, we are comfortable with both the languages.
Great,
Either Hindi or English.
great. आई बिलीव कि हम जो लैंग्वेज ज्यादा बोलते हैं ना, हम जब उसमें समझते हैं तो हमारे लिए आसान होती है पढ़ाई.
Yeah.
ग्रेट. चलिए, तो माय रिक्वेस्ट इज कि आप लोगों के पास सिलेबस है, सिलेबस कॉपीज है, स्टडी मटेरियल है, स्टडी होल ऑफ द सिलेबस. उसमें से क्या चीजें ऐसी हैं जिस पे एम्फेसिस करके आपको एक्सप्लेन किया जाए, प्लीज मुझे आज के आज बता दीजिए या कल बता दीजिए. अदरवाइज जो मेरा तरीका है मैं उससे गो ऑन कर लूंगी पूरा सिलेबस. आपके जो भी होस्ट हैं, मेन पर्पस आपके क्लासेस का क्या है कि आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है या जो भी डाउट्स हैं वो क्लियर हो सके. वो बगैर पढ़े तो नहीं होने वाले. सो काइंडली ये 8 दिन यूटिलाइज करिए और जितने ज्यादा से ज्यादा डाउट्स पूछ सकते हैं उतना अच्छा आपके लिए. ठीक है? नहीं तो मैं तो पढ़ा के चली जाऊंगी. एग्जाम तो आपने लिखना है, मैंने थोड़ी ना लिखना है. चलिए, आपके पेपर है मर्केंटाइल लॉ. किसी को मतलब मालूम है मर्केंटाइल लॉ का?
Don't know, ma'am.
डोंट नो. चलिए, लॉ का मतलब तो मालूम होगा।
Yes.
लॉ का मतलब मालूम है? बहुत ही कॉमन सा जनरल सा टर्म है लॉ। व्हाट इज लॉ? लॉ is basically set of rules which you need to follow. और अगर आप वो follow नहीं करते, then you have to face certain, you can say punishment or certain circumstances you need to face it. So basically law is set of rules. But हमारा कंसर्न यहाँ पर है मर्केंटाइल लॉ। मर्केंटाइल लॉ मतलब बिजनेस लॉ, यानी कि हम वो सारी की सारी चीजें पढ़ेंगे जो कि आपको जरूरत होती है एक बिजनेस को रन करने के लिए। सो बेसिकली हम क्या पढ़ेंगे? सबसे पहले एक बिजनेस को रन करने के लिए जरूरत पड़ती है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की। फिर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में क्या सारे एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, क्या पार्ट्स होते हैं। फिर अगर हम कुछ चीजें बेच रहे हैं या खरीद रहे हैं, देन वी विल, हम पढ़ेंगे उसके बारे में, सेल्स एंड गुड एक्ट पढ़ेंगे। फिर अगर हमारा प्रोडक्शन हम कुछ कर रहे हैं किसी चीज का, तो उसके लिए हमको पढ़नी पड़ेगी इंडस्ट्रियल लॉ। उसके बाद हमें पढ़नी पड़ेगी कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट। तो ये सारी चीजें हैं जो आपके सिलेबस में है, जो हमको पढ़नी है। पूरे 5 ब्लॉक्स में है आपका सिलेबस, अंडर 14 यूनिट्स कवर करने हैं। आई विल ट्राई कि एक दिन में एक ब्लॉक खत्म हो जाए। मुश्किल है 1 घंटे के क्लास में, बट स्टिल देन विल ट्राई कि जल्दी से जल्द खत्म। आप लोग अगर डाउट्स पूछेंगे तो और जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग, मैं आपको सिलेबस का ओवरव्यू देती हूँ पहले, देन विल स्टार्ट वेरी फास्ट। इन द वेरी फर्स्ट यूनिट वी हैव नेचर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किस तरह के होते हैं, क्या एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, कौन कौन से टाइप्स होते हैं, वो पढ़ेंगे हम। नेक्स्ट उसमें है इन्फोर्सेबिलिटी। इन्फोर्सेबिलिटी का मतलब अभी मैं एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ, ठीक है। उसके बाद है हमारा इसेंशियल्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। कौन कौन सी चीजें हैं जो कि कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में जरूरी होती हैं, वो पढ़ेंगे। देन वी हैव परफॉर्मेंस एंड डिस्चार्ज, यानी कि कैसे होता है, परफॉर्म किया जाता है एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। Who can demand performance, persons for the performance of contract required, reciprocal promises, time and place of performance, all those things we are going to study. In the block 2, we have a special contract. Under special contracts, we will study about indemnity and guarantee, as well as law of bailment and pledge, वो पढ़ेंगे। नेक्स्ट हमारा ब्लॉक 3 है, जो कि बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सा ब्लॉक है, सेल्स ऑफ गुड एक्ट 1930। सो क्या क्या चीजें हैं? ओके पवित्रा, आई विल डू। सो व्हाट आर द थिंग्स अंडर
Excuse me, you're not visible on the screen.
Yes, hello.
You are not visible on the screen, ma'am.
Kindly check your connection. My video is on. Nobody can see me? Or only Fatima?
No, ma'am, we can see.
You can't see me?
We can, ma'am.
You can see, okay. Husna, sorry, Husna, yes. Husna, Fatima, kindly
Yes,
you
ma'am.
rejoin or check your connection with them. Okay.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
is
Sure.
Sales of Goods Act. Under Sales of Good Act, we are going to read about the pledge, sales, agreement of sales, implied condition, implied warranties. Next thing we are going to study under Sales of Good Act is transfer of ownership, like transfer of property in case of a specific or a certain goods, and transfer of property in case of a certain goods, appropriation of goods, as well as rules regarding delivery of goods, duties of seller, duties of buyers, right of the seller of goods. So all those things we are going to study under Sales of Goods Act 1930, which is your block 3. Next block is industrial law. In case if you are having any production unit, so in that case, this industrial law is very, very important, because to handle human resources, to handle the employees in an organization which manufacture things, so knowing industrial law, following industrial law is very much important. So under industrial law, we'll be studying about Factories Act 1948. Whatever Factories Act 1948 says about industrial law, we are going to study there. Under Factories Act 1948, few things are there like provision relating to welfare of the employees, then power and of inspection staff, penalties, procedures. These are the things under Factories Act. Next one is Industrial Dispute Act. Industrial Dispute Act is if employees are not satisfied with the employer, so whom they should go for their grievance management. So all those things we are going to study under Industrial Dispute Act 1947, again, which is very, very important. Next one is Employee Compensation Act. How employees should be paid, what should be the pay rate, how they should be paid, what are the terms and definition of important terms, amount of compensation will be studied under Employee Compensation Act. Next one is Consumer Protection Act. Under Consumer Protection, you all must be knowing about consumer protection. When you go and purchase certain thing, anything from a market or a seller, retailer, you hold certain right when you purchase that thing. So the importance of Consumer Protection Act, we are going to study. Under this, we will get to know about the definition of important terms, restrictive trade practices, the things which we are not supposed to do, and complaint, right of consumer, consumer protection councils, consumer redressal agencies. So all those things come under Consumer Protection Act 1986. And next, last two are intellectual property right. What is intellectual property right? IPR, we're going to study the meaning of it. Copyright, patent, and trademarks. We're going to study very important and very interesting topic, IPR. And the last one and the 14th unit is Information Technology Act. We'll be studying about the objective, scope, cybercrimes, and punishment of offenders, how offenders should be punished. So these are the things which we have to cover in 8 days, and which is so the target is quite hard to achieve, I say, because the syllabus is very vast. And my request, I'm requesting you people again and again, please read the syllabus, please go through the syllabus, please go through your books and ask me question. If you are going to ask me the question, it will be very easier for you people. I'll teach and go, but you people have to write the exam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is important. Okay. Now, very first thing, we're starting from the first unit. I'm gonna start the things. Give me a moment, please. Yeah. So we'll start with the very first unit under mercantile law. The very first thing under this you should be knowing about is the meaning of mercantile law. What is mercantile law? As I have told you people that what is the meaning of law? Law means set of rules, correct?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So law means set of rules which we need to follow. And in case we are not following, we have to face certain consequences. Now in India, there are many branches of laws. What are those branches? Those are international law, constitutional law, criminal law, civil law. You all have heard about these? Padha hai, suna hai?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So your subject is none of these, neither international, constitutional, criminal, civil, no, nothing, none of these. Your subject is mercantile law. So mercantile law is a commercial law, is not a separate branch of law. It is a part of civil law which deals with the rights and obligation of mercantile person. Mercantile person are who the people who are engaged into business activities, those who sell, those who make certain things, people who are people who are into business. So law for business people is also known as mercantile law. And mercantile law comes under which law? Just now I told you.
Commercial.
Yes, Priyanka?
Civil law.
Civil law. Very
Civil
good.
law, ma'am.
So under civil law, you have mercantile law. Now coming to the meaning of mercantile law. Basically, your Indian mercantile law is primarily a version of English law. Does Indian Act follow to be considerate extend the English mercantile law with some reservation and modification necessitate through the peculiar circumstances prevailing in India. So basically, ये जो हमारा mercantile law है, this mercantile law is very old. Basically, it is a part of Indian law of contract, which was enacted in the year 1872. 1872 का मतलब है before independence. That means Britishers made this law of contract, this mercantile law. Also, it is also known as English mercantile law, our mercantile law. उसको बोलते हैं. So, what was the year? Indian Contract Act 1872. Under that heading only we have mercantile law. So previously there were many branches of laws, there were many things under that which were covering Indian Contract Act. But in the year 1930, there were two laws which were separated and a different law was made for them. Though, what were those two things? The first one was Sales of Good Act. It got separated, as well as Indian Partnership Act. That also got separated from Indian Contract Act in the year 1930. You should be knowing these two things. So this was the introduction towards your subject, that is mercantile law, correct? And the history of mercantile law. Now coming to the important thing which we are going to study in this unit is contract. What is a contract? Tell me.
Deal with the customer and agent.
Dealing with the customer and agent is dealing. It's not
up to certain period.
Yes, Priyanka?
Up to certain period, ma'am, dealing.
Dealing up to certain period is contract.
Making an agreement.
Making an agreement. Yes, Sudhir, very close. Making an agreement, correct? Making an agreement which is enforceable by law is a contract. Abhi, what is the meaning of this? Take an example. I say, I invite Priyanka to my home for dinner tonight. And Priyanka said, okay, I'll come, madam, to your home. What is this? Is this a contract or an agreement?
Agreement.
Tell me. I have invited Priyanka to my dinner tonight. And Priyanka said, okay, is this a contract or an agreement? Tell me.
Agreement.
It's a contract, I think.
It's a contract. Okay. Okay, I'll clear. It's not a contract. I'll clear that out. It is an agreement. Agreement. I said something to Priyanka and she agreed to do that. Yeah. If she is not coming to my home tonight, is any forces there which can punish Priyanka for not coming to my home? Is there any force which can punish her? No, nothing can be done because it was just a promise which I have taken and she has given. If she is not able to fulfill her promise, nothing is going to happen, right? Beside our relationship might be affected, that's it. Otherwise, there is no force which can compel her to come to my home tonight. Correct? Understood my point?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is what agreement is. I am saying something, you are agreeing towards it. That's it. That is an agreement. Now take an example. I ask you, if I am going to sell you something, this is the pen I'm going to sell you. This is the pen I'm going to sell you for 10 rupees. You take this pen and give me 10 rupees, right? If in case I'm giving you this pen and you are not returning or you are not giving back me 10 rupees, is anything going to happen like the previous case? Tell me. Or nothing can be done if you are not paying me 10 rupees. You got my question or not?
Yes, ma'am, we got.
If anything is going to happen to you if you are not giving me my 10 rupees, anything will happen?
Yes, ma'am. Clashes may take place.
What's it? Please speak louder.
Clashes may take place, ma'am, because it's a mandatory thing to pay money for what we are
Why
getting.
is it mandatory?
Because we are getting something from the other person in return of money.
And the other person has promised me to pay back certain amount. Correct. If the person is not paying me the certain amount, I am free to go to law of court and sue that person for that 10 rupees. You have to pay me or you have to bear the consequences. That is a contract. Contract may be written as well as oral. Sometimes what happens, most of the things which we deal in day-to-day lives, most of the things are not written. Like this case, like you have to give me 10 rupees for the pen. It is not written anywhere, right? But I can take you to court because you are liable to pay me this 10 rupees, right? But the previous example was there, that was a social thing was involved, like maybe friendship. Out of friendship, I have invited her and she did not turn up to my home, right? Nothing can be done. I cannot take her to court. Why you did not turn up? Why did not come to my home for dinner? I cannot do anything, right? But there are certain things which are not, if not written, then also we can take that person to law for the right thing to happen, correct? So that is the difference between agreement and contract, right? Now, let me make it more clear to you, right? What are the elements which comes under contract? Basically, for agreement, there are two things involved. The very first thing is offer and the next thing is agreement. That means offer has to be made as well as acceptance should be there. If I am saying something, if I am offering something and the other party is accepting my offer, this is known as what? This is known as
Agreement.
Agreement. Correct. Abhi law ki baat nahi aayi hai. Law is not involved. I have given an offer, the other person has accepted it. This became agreement, right? Now, if this agreement is enforceable by law, that means agar ye agreement pura nahi hota, if agreement is not working, in that case, I can take the person, other person, or the other person can take me to the law of court for justice, right? That means that is contract. Now, contract, you can write down a simple formula for contract. Contract is equal to agreement plus enforceability. Enforceability is law. That means where in agreement, when law is involved, it is known as a contract. Clear? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
An agreement where law is involved is a contract. Give me a moment, please. Yes. Now, we are going to study about the elements of law of contract. Do you people have your books with you right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not available with us.
Textbook. Kindly open the book. Don't read it now, but after the class, do give it a reading. Whatever I am teaching you, do read it, and please ask me doubt in the next class. Please.
Okay.
Now we are going to discuss about elements of law of contract. First, the very first thing is, Acha, you people understood what contract is?
Yes, ma'am.
Contract is agreement plus enforceability by law.
Yes.
Right? Now we are going to study about the elements. The very first element of law of contract is express contract. Express contract is when I am selling you something and I am saying I will sell you my pen to you for 10 rupees. That means there is a contract between me and you where I am selling you my pen for 10 rupees and you are agreeing to buy this pen at 10 rupees. Right? That is expressed. Things are clearly expressed. I am giving you my pen for 10 rupees and you have agreed to buy this pen at 10 rupees. Clear? What is this? Expressed contract. Clear? Yes, no, anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Please nod it. Yes, no, no will also work, no issues, but please nod. So that is express contract. Now, the next thing, you have boarded a bus. You are going to your college. You have boarded a bus. आप बस में चढ़ गए. You have boarded a bus. Now, what happened? You have you made any contract with the bus conductor that I will board the bus and you will sell me the ticket and I will pay you? Have you made any contract?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, correct. Why? Because this is implied contract. That means automatically there is this contract between you boarding the bus and you are liable to purchase the bus ticket, and that conductor will give you the bus ticket. Nothing is written, nothing has been spoken between you two, but contract is there, and that contract is known as which contract?
Implied.
Implied contract. That means automatic contract is there between you two. So the first one is expressed. That means everything is clear between both the parties and they are agreeing. The second one is implied. Both the parties are agreeing, but nothing has been spoken or written. When you are boarding a bus, you are liable to purchase a ticket and the conductor is liable to give you the ticket when you purchase it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the first set of contract, elements of contract. How contract is being made. Either it is made expressed or it is made implied form. Clear? Moving on to the second set. Second set, under second set we have valid contract. Now, for any contract to be valid, there are certain conditions which are to be met. I will mention few of the conditions. I may miss, but we will catch up that later. No issues. For a valid contract, there has to be few things. The very first thing is agreement and enforceability. That means agreement should be there between both the parties, as well as enforceability with law is required for any valid contract. Other than that, there are a lot of things which comes under valid contract. We will study that further. Next one is voidable contract. Void. V-O-I-D. Void. Can anybody tell me the meaning of this term? If you know the meaning, you can easily explain the term. Void. Tell me, you can Google it and tell me. I'm giving you 1 minute. You Google and tell me the meaning of void.
A large empty space.
A little more search, Husna.
Yeah, ma'am.
Void under law.
Complete. Informally, they are giving completely lacking something. So the example they have given here is used about a ticket contract decision, etc. That can no longer be accepted or used.
Very nice. Correct. So you understood the meaning, or should I explain?
No, ma'am.
Should I explain?
No, ma'am. Here,
Only
search,
Husna got, and what about others?
because in Google it has been clear about in example way and in formal way also they have given clearly. So no need of.
Sudhi, Priyanka, Pavitra, Nusrat, Irfan, Asham, Faiza, Aisha. Tell me the meaning of void. Are you people there? Mohammed Irfan, you can leave the class right now. So we were talking about meaning of the term void. Husna, very good search you have done and very correct answer you have given. Void means something which has no value is void. That is null, not applicable. We have a contract, we had agreement, we had enforceability by law. If we are talking about void term, that means if a term void came into contract, it means nothing is there. It is not enforceable by law. There is no agreement. Nothing is there. Like, take an example. We are importing certain items from some other country, like for example China. We are importing some goods from China, and what happened, there was some certain cyclone in between, and the ship, the cargo, it sank into the ocean. Now what happened, we made a contract that sorry, we will purchase the goods from China and it will be imported to India. But what happened in between, while the contract was taking place, there was certain natural calamity happened and the ship, the cargo got sank into the ocean. So in certain cases, the contract goes null and void. That means it is not enforceable by law at all. No country can claim anything to the other country, neither India nor China. Nobody can claim anything. Why? Because certain, in this case, natural calamity happened and it is not under control of any human. Is it under control of any human?
No, ma'am.
No. So what happened over here? Certain things which happen which are not under human control. So in that cases, contract go void. Correct? So that is the meaning of void contract. There was contract, there was a written contract, but certain thing happened. In those circumstances, those contract gone void and null. That means it is holding no value. Correct? So that is void contract. Now, next thing over here is voidable contract. Voidable contract, the meaning of voidable contract is when two parties are involved in any contract and one party holds the power to make the contract void. You understand what I said? I am going, sorry, not I am, every time I'm not going to sell you my pen. I'm keeping it here. A person A is selling something to person B. Now, in this case, person A makes a contract like this. At any moment of time, I will make this contract void and null. I will hold this power. And the person B is agreeing to it. You understood what I said?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Person A is saying, I will sell you so and so thing, but it's my choice. At any moment, I can make this contract void and null. That is, the contract will be cancelled at any moment whenever I wish. And B party is saying, I am okay with this. Fine. And considering this condition, when we make a contract, this contract is known as voidable.
Voidable contract.
Voidable contract का मतलब one party holds the power to make the contract void and null. They can cancel the contract at any time and other party is agreeing. There are certain contracts like that. Like, I'll give you the example later. Like, we need to move. We just have 20 minutes and we have to cover a lot of topics. So that is voidable contract. Two parties are coming into contract and one party hold the power to nullify the or to make void contract. Next is unenforceable contract. Basically, unenforceable contract, there is no such term as unenforceable contract. There should be a term unenforceable agreement, because in agreement there is no law. Law is not involved. So there is no term such as unenforceable contract. That means when there is a contract between two people, they cannot do anything about if either party is not fulfilling the promises, nothing can be done. So that is unenforceable. Like the very first example I gave, I have invited a girl to my home and she is not coming. Unenforceable, nothing can be done, right? So that was not a contract, that was a
Agreement.
agreement. Correct. Very nice. So that is unforeseeable. Next one is illegal or unlawful. Again, illegal and unlawful are not contracts. Illegal and unlawful are agreements. So there is no term as illegal or unlawful. Definitely, if I say, I'll give you 5,000 rupees, you go and kill that person. We'll make this contract. Is it legal? Is it lawful?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Definitely no. Definitely no. So such kind of contracts are not possible to happen. So these contracts are basically known as illegal or unlawful
Agreements.
Though they are contract only, but technically those are agreements, not contracts. Contract, whenever there is enforceability by law, it will be known as contract. Otherwise, agreement only.
Agreements.
So that was our second set of elements. Now, now we have the third set. Third set is executed and executory. Executed means contract is over. I promise to purchase certain thing from you and pay you certain amount. After this, the contract is over. Fine. So after paying you, the contract has been executed, over. Clear? Executed contract. Second is executory. That means it is under process of happening. It is under process. It will known as executory contract. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope I am clear with all the sets of elements like express, implied, valid, voidable, void, enforceable, legal, executable.
Legal or unlawful.
Yes, Sudhir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and I please requesting you people again and again, please read your books and ask me doubts tomorrow, right? Because
Okay, ma'am.
if you read the subject one time, you won't get
Ma'am,
it.
it's a request from our side, ma'am. Whenever you're teaching us the units, so give us the important questions so that we can go through that easily.
Husna, everything is important.
No, ma'am, everything is important. I too agree with that. But unit wise, if you give us, it will be easy for us to
You
recollect.
first start reading, I'll give. You complete
Okay.
your promise, I'll complete mine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just
You
give me.
start reading, I'll give you important. If you won't read, I will not give.
No, definitely I'll do my
Okay.
work. But it's a request from my side. That's it.
Okay, first you can fulfill my request. You all read and tell me what should I teach you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay. Great.
Actually, I don't have a book. I should collect from my friend. So today I'll do that.
You have syllabus? You people have syllabus?
No, ma'am. We don't have. Even though I don't have the book, I have to collect from that Jubilee Hills.
Okay. Anybody, you please give me your email address so that I can mail you the syllabus content for this. You people have WhatsApp group?
Yeah, ma'am, we have.
Okay, don't add me in that. So I'm just, you please, any one of you kindly give your email address so that I will mail you the syllabus.
Yeah, sure. Will.
Yeah, type in the chat box.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I'll send it. So now coming to essentials of contract. Last time we have, in the starting of the class, we have studied about the elements. Like the very first thing under element we read about valid contract, and I have told you like there are many things which comes under valid contract. Yeah, Priyanka, just give me a moment. I'll note down this, and after the class today itself, I'll mail you the. Yeah. So under valid contract, I told you there are many elements under valid contract which make a contract valid. So now we are going to study about the essentials of contract. What are the things required for a contract to be valid, right? So the very first thing is offer and counter offer. Counter offer is, you can say, acceptance under conditions, right? If I say I'll sell you certain thing and you said okay, I'll purchase but on this condition, that is counter offer. Offer and counter offer. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Offer is directly saying I will sell this, I will do this. Counter offer is okay, I accept this, we'll do this, but on this condition we'll do this. So that is counter offer. So very first element of a valid contract, or you can say essential of contract, that is offer and counter offer should be there. Next thing is acceptance. When I am making any offer or the other party is making counter offer, both the parties have to accept it. Fine. Without acceptance, there is no contract. There will be no agreement. Then contract ka to sawal hi nahi. So after offer and counter offer, acceptance has to be there. That means both the parties should accept the contract. Fine. Next element under this is consideration. Consideration is basically both the parties are considerate towards each other. Fine. So that is considerations. I'm okay, you are paying me certain amount, and on that day or it will take some time for me to pay you. So other parties agreeing, okay, fine, you take your time and pay me, or you take your time or finish my work. So that is consideration, correct? Sometimes this happen, no? We make a contract and other party makes some little excuses. It will get late for me to pay you, or it will take time to finish this work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is consideration. Next one is capacities of parties. Capacities of parties are basically eligibilities. Who are what is the eligibility of the parties? Like कौन कर सकते हैं? Who are the people who are eligible to make contract, right? So basically there are three categories. The very first category is a person need to be a major. That means he or she has to be 18 years of age. 18 or above, the very first. Next one is sound-minded. That means he should be in sound-minded condition. No mental illness has to be there with the person. Clear? And the third one is he should not be disqualified by law. Sometimes what happens, if you have made any crime previously and there is some punishment imposed on you, you have made this crime, and because of this crime there is a punishment on you. You are not supposed to leave the country, or you are not supposed to do this job. You are not eligible for government jobs. So these are basically the qualification of capacity of parties. That means the person will be disqualified to make a contract because he is being punished by the law previously. Got my point? The three capacity of parties: he should be major, sound-minded, and should not be disqualified. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Next one is free consent. Free consent is like whatever conditions party A is saying, party B is agreeing. Whatever condition party B is saying, party A is agreeing towards it. That means there is, I mean, you bolte hai na, clear picture is there. Everybody knows everything. There is no point of saying anything after you make the contract. Everything is made clear before signing the contract. So that is free consent. Clear? Both parties have agreed towards all the conditions of each other and they are agreeing. That is a free consent. Next, we have legality of consideration as well as void agreement. So these are the basic essentials of contract which make a contract valid, as well as you can write down the same thing under essentials of contract. A very important question, definitely. Who was asking me important? Husna, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I have send you the mail also.
Yeah. Okay, I'll note down. So this, whatever I have taught you now, that is essentials of contract, is a very important. Do not miss this topic.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
And from tomorrow, I want answers from you people, not answers. Actually, tell me the topic which I need to cover, because syllabus is very wide and I cannot cover each and every topic. I may miss topics in between and I don't want you people to suffer for it. Fine. So please tell me the topics, right, beforehand. So whatever I have taught you, is it clear in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Priyanka, you are getting my English, whatever I am speaking with them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You are from Telugu medium or what?
No, ma'am. English medium only.
English medium only. Okay. Because for Telugu, there are separate classes for Telugu. Give me a moment. I'll mail you the syllabus right away. Privi Priyanka 65 at gmail. USNA Husna Fatima gmail.com. Yeah, Priyanka and Husna, please check your emails. You got the syllabus?
One second.
Nusrat, I have just now forwarded the syllabus to Priyanka and Husna. You please get from her.
Yeah, ma'am, we received.
Okay. You go
Thank you.
through the syllabus and get your books from the university or from wherever you are arranging and start reading.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to study about performance and discharge of contract, as well as we will start our block 2 about indemnity and guarantee as well. So I want you all to read block 1 today. That is, you need to study unit 1, 2 and 3 of nature of contract, essential of contract, performance and discharge of contract. You need to read all the 3 unit and you need to give me the questions which I need to cover in the next class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Everybody. You read if you are understanding, well and good. If you have any doubt, then only ask me. Send me, please. Somebody please forward it to, you have WhatsApp group. Please kindly forward the syllabus in the WhatsApp group right now. Husna?
Okay, ma'am.
Priyanka, you also, you please forward.
Okay, ma'am.
You send in the in your WhatsApp group, everybody will get it. Any doubt with today's session? Any doubt with today's session?
No, ma'am.
No? You can tell me afterwards also, no problem. We can go back again to unit 1 and discuss the things. No issues with that. You people got the syllabus?
Ma'am, we received the email and we got the syllabus also.
Please
Thank you so much.
forward the syllabus in your WhatsApp group.
Yeah, already I have mentioned my number in the chat box. If they message me, I'll send everyone.
Don't post your numbers in the chat box. So, okay, we'll meet tomorrow and we will discuss about whatever we have discussed today, as well as we'll try to finish off block 1 and we'll start block 2 tomorrow. As well as, please, again and again, I'm saying, read your syllabus, ask me questions, give me topics need to be discussed. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. You all can leave the class now.
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.